We are now in Leicester, where this cathedral here is where Richard III is interred. He was buried in, what, March of
2015.
2015.
It was found in 2012.
Yeah, and he was, we're going to go in there
First.
but behind here is where the car park was, behind these buildings, where it was discovered in 2012 by Philippa Langley. So now
we'll do that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll do that in a bit. We're going to go in the cathedral.
Well, we hope. Last time we were here, it was closed for renovation, but we think it's open.
Yeah, still building site, building works going on. So let's have a look. How do we get in? You might want to turn your sat nav off.
I think we know where we are now. Yeah,
we know where we are. I can't make my mind up whether I'm warm or not.
It's funny weather.
I bought this t-shirt thing. It doesn't really go well with pink, but it doesn't matter. Which way is it?
Down here, apparently.
Oh, let's have a look then.
As cathedrals go, it's pretty small.
Can you find entrance?
I think it's on the street. But
Right,
like
then.
I said last time we were here, it was closed, so for renovation, and still doing some building work. So we will see.
Door's shut. Can you go in? Just
That's
try
the
it.
side door. I think.
Try,
it
try
says
it.
Look, it says entrance.
What?
It's pointed entrance. Doing that. It's not. It's
Oh,
not
right, this way. Oh, look at these buildings at side here. Look at that.
It's pretty old, isn't it?
That's old, isn't it? I like that. Do you think it's original? It must be.
Well, yes, it's very old. Yes.
Leicester Cathedral.
Hiya.
Have you visited before?
We tried to last year, but you were closed for
the renovation.
repairs, weren't you?
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Made it after all though. Here. Give you a little leaflet. It's got some of our highlights on. You're here at the moment, and our recommended route, if you do want to follow it,
Oh,
takes
yes.
you to St Catherine's Chapel, just there.
Which number is Richard? 'Cause
So
what we
that's
mean.
point 2. So
Okay.
again, heading
Yeah,
down this
brilliant.
way, just around the corner.
Okay.
There's no charge to visitors here. Then
Thank
we
you.
welcome donations.
Okay.
And other than that, I hope you enjoy your visit.
It's mainly Victorian, but it dates back to 1086, the original Norman part, but not much of that remains.
Well, a lot of them date back to around about that time,
Yeah,
don't they?
and this is him.
After the Norman conquest. Oh, this is him.
This is Richard.
Richard III. This is where Richard III is buried.
Very simple, isn't it? Very modern sort of feel to it, which I don't have a problem with.
No?
I think
You
it's-
can clearly see there's a cross in
Well,
there.
yeah, but it's kind of modern interpretation of, you know, I think if they'd have gone retro, it might have not have been as right
No.
in some ways.
Yeah.
It's certainly very modern. So it's Leicester's oldest pub, serving...
How do you know?
Because it says it's Leicester's oldest pub, serving since 1720.
Leicester's oldest pub.
Which actually isn't that old, is it?
Should we go in?
Can't really have another beer though, can I?
You can have half. Do you want a drink at Leicester's oldest pub?
We're on.
We're on. So we're having a... What's this then?
Cheeky pint in the Globe, which at 17 something or other is apparently the oldest pub in Leicester. looked at Richard III's tomb, which is actually really tastefully done, and I thoroughly approve.
Well, let's drink this and see where else we're going to go. So we're going to go to that museum, aren't we?
Of course, yeah.
Where? It's the... What are you doing?
Well, I've got my head cut off.
You're not humbling, you know. We're going to go to where they found Richard III's body in the car park. King in the car park, but it's part of a museum now, obviously, because it's no longer a car park.
Well, there is still a car park, but they've built over the bit where he was so as to display his point of where his remains were exhumed.
So we're going to go there in a bit. So shall we drink up and head on?
Yes, of course.
Let's drink up and head on. Right, catch you in a bit.
I was open till 5 on a bank holiday.
Time's it now? Got time to go in, haven't we?
Yeah.
Come on then.
It's 3 o'clock, more or less.
2 adults?
No.
Oh, you're over 60, aren't you?
I am.
Is it one adult, one?
Yes, one adult and one
Over.
Yeah. So we've got the cathedral there, and this is the car park where they found Richard III's body.
And just
And
beyond that wall is where his body
that's
was
the
found.
one. That's where part of the car park is now undercover, because that's where they found Richard III's body. He is now interred in that cathedral there. You're not a bad king, really. Lawmaker.
And he supported reforms that supported justice and the rights of common people. Abolished the system of royal benevolences, which were in effect compulsory donations to the crown. Judges must be impartial and hear trials fairly. He introduced new standards for weights and measures, and also required property rights to be recorded. Both were to prevent fraud and protect people. The bail and jewellery reform made it less prone to corruption, and promoted the English language. And he published his laws in English so that people could read them rather than in French or Latin.
So this is what, a plaster cast of his bones, is that what we call it?
Not plaster, no, it's probably
What is it
glass
then?
fibre. Well, I don't know, it's just a plastic skeleton, isn't it?
What can you say? The curvature
Well, he
of
clearly
the
has a
spine.
twisted spine, curvature
Yeah.
of the spine, known as sclerosis, which he's known to have suffered from. It's thought that he would have had one shoulder lower than the other, but that it wasn't a debilitating disability, but certainly would have been noticeable.
And that's what the reconstruction is, isn't it? Of
Yeah,
what he actually really looks like.
Yeah, that's what they believe he looked like.
Completely different to this. Isn't it? Kind of portrays him as looking quite horrible. Is that, he didn't look anything like that, did it? Kind of made him look more
Thin-lipped, I suppose. a little
thinly
bit,
and
but-
sickly. It's a replica of what the kind of crown King Richard would have worn.
So now we're going to see where Richard was found in the Priory, and if you have a look into this trench, as you'll see,
Is the gravesite of where they found King Richard of England, Richard III. That's where he was discovered in 2012. And Philippa Langley knew he was here. She had the feeling he was here. And she were right. Wasn't she? And you can see those those bones that you can see, it's the shape of bones, actually. The shape of bones you can see is just like how the bones would have laid. And that's where Richard III was found.
And if you pan across to here, you'll see the height of the floor to show just what a shallow grave it was. Definitely buried in haste. You can see that.
Yeah.
That's the
Do you not get
floor.
reflection on?
It's not.
But that's the floor surface. Crawl me hands and
Of the
knees.
priory.
You can see down there the original tiles of the old greys, what is it? The tiles of
Of the priory.
the priory.
Yeah.
Original tiles there. You can actually see there, that's where his head was, skull there. You can see it clearly there, the shape of his body, like that. The shape of the skeleton of Richard III.
Projected by a hologram.